was feeling kind of seasick. The crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder as the ceiling flew away. When we call out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray. And so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned the wider shade of pale. There is no reason, and the truth is plain to see. But I wander through my playing cards, would not let her be one of 16 Vestal virgins. Told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned the wider shade of pale. Conquistador, your stallion stands in need of company, and like some angel's haloed brow, you reek of purity. I see your armor-plated breast has long since lost its sheen, and in your death mask face there are no signs which can be seen. Though I hope for something to find, I could see no place to unwind. Conquistador, a vulture sits upon your silver sheet, and in your rusty scabbard now the sand has taken seed. And though your jewel-encrusted blade has not been plundered still, the sea has washed across your face and taken of its fill. Though I hope for something to find, I could see no place to unwind. I came to jeer at you. I leave now with regret, and as the gloom begins to fall, I see there is no only all. Though you came with Saul held high, you did not conquer, only died. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind. She wandered through the garden fence, said I've bought a great expensive potion, guaranteed to bring relief from all your suffering. Though I said you don't exist, she grasped me firmly by the wrist, threw me down upon my back, strapped me to a torture rack, and without further argument, I found my mind was also bent upon a cause so devious. It only made my torment worse. She said, I see you cannot speak. Is it your voice that is too weak? Is it your tongue that is to blame? Maybe you cannot speak for shame, or has your brain been idle too? And now it will not think for you. I hastened to make my reply, found that I could only lie, and like a fool I believed myself, and thought I was somebody else. But she could see what I was then, and left me on my own again. Like a fool I believed myself, and thought I was somebody else. She could see what I was then, and left me on my own again. She wandered through the garden fence, said I've bought a great expensive potion, guaranteed to bring relief from all your suffering. Though I said you don't exist, she grasped me firmly by the wrist, threw me down upon my back, strapped me to her torture rack, and without further argument, I found my mind was also bent upon a cause so devious. It only made my torment worse. While standing at the junction on 42nd Street, I idly kick a pebble I sunk my teeth into it. Thought I'd bust my head. Oh, I dashed to the dentist. Hey, hey, I got an awful pain, yeah. This man looks in my mouth and screams, this boy is insane. Imagine my surprise. Thought I'd left it at home. There's a lump in my mouth, oh my own tombstone. Tried to stretch out in it, something blocking my feet. Finally the lights came up and I could clearly see a slab of engraved marble just staring up at me. You imagine my surprise. I thought I'd left it at home. There's no doubt I'm sitting on my own tombstone. Don't eat green meat, it ain't good for you. Killed your brother, killed your sister too. Even fresh fried chicken on you mown sand. Emptied red beans eaten out of your hand. Oh baby, baby, you know I love you girl, but I'm not able. Baby, please get up to get you in table. Don't slice no onion, don't peel no grape. Dream about banana slice, no smell around shortcake. Up on Wednesday, you find your sundial's wrong. You know the weather is what two-pronged unicorn plays at relaxation time, a rhinestone flugelhorn, while mermaids lace carnations in the reeds for ailing whales. Neptune dances hornpipes while Salome shares her veils. Phallus Field tries peddling his pewter painted pot, but Susan Sam can only hear screams of people sought, who only sips his crème de menthe from terracotta cups and exhales menthol scented breath while spewing barbell bustle in a swirling rainbow tussle, caught and frozen, broken machine. And now unites for one brief scene. Lonely in the dark I grow, the keys in my kaleidoscope. Confused faces change their places, take up stances, exchange glances, lost in multicolored hues. There is no hole which I can choose. Lonely in the dark I go, the keys in my kaleidoscope. In one face, one moment's fusion, realize the new illusion. Clutching fingers break the puzzle, jostle, hassle, elbow bustle. Still out in the dark I hold the keys in my kaleidoscope. You come to me at midnight and say it's dark in here. You know you're robbed of my sight. Night is what I fear. I tell you that I cannot see, but you persist in showing me those bangles that I paid for long ago. And though my face is smiling, I'm really feeling low. Though you say you're with me, I know that it's not so. Your skin crawls up an octave, your teeth have lost their gleam. The peaches snuggle closer down into the clotted cream. And for some unknown reason, my watch begins to chime. And though I beg and plead with you, you tell me it's not time. And though my face is smiling, I'm really feeling low. Though you say you're with me, I know that it's not so. Still scowling black, good Captain Clack must eat his humble pie. His bed is made, the colors fade, his eyes one swears are dry. The naked muse who sits and chews tobacco off a tree, removes his shoes, gives way to booze, and searches endlessly.
See the naked jungle like sip his aphrodisiac, cotton picking farmers three. Oh, I lost my weather vane, and since I have one grade, I'm content sipping lemon tea.
Scowling black, good Captain Clack must eat his humble pie. His bed is made, the colors fade, his eyes once wet are blue. hands on deck, we run afloat. I heard the captain cry, explore the ship, replace the cook, let no one leave alive. Across the straits, around the horn, how far can sailors fly? A twisted part, our tortured course, and no one left alive. We sail for parts unknown to man, where ships come home to die. No lofty peak, nor fortress bold could match our captain's eye. Upon the seven seasick days, we made our port of call. A sand so white and sea so blue, no mortal place at all. We fired the gun and burned the mast and rowed from ship to shore. The captain cried, we sailors wept, our tears were tears of joy. Now many moons and many Junes have passed since we made love. The salty dark, the seaman's log, your witness, my own hand. When you knew that I had given all the kindness that I had, did you think that it might be time to stop? When you knew that I was through, that I'd done all I could do, did you really have to milk the final drop? given all the kindness that I had? Did you feel you had to break that lonely vow when you knew that I was through, that I'd done what I could do? Did you really have to sow that final plow? Not content with my mistake, you behaved just like a snake, and you left me for a wasp without a sting. Tell all the folks back home that he did it on his own, and that to their well-worn cares they should cling. There's you, you're sleeping over there, whilst me, I'm sitting here with so much sea between us. I can't make it much more clear. There'll be no time for crying. We won't make it more than 6. I could change my plea to guilty, but I don't think it would stick. Still, those are the ratings, far too easy to despise. You've said so much in silence, now I truly am disguised. Let him who fears his heart alone stand up and make a speech. For him, perhaps an emperor's throne, if he could only speak. Far too few and far too far. For shame, I'll heed the cry. Be with me when I need a drink. Be with me when I die. Still, those are the ratings, far too easy to despise. You've said so much in silence now, in
Some say they will, and some say they won't. Some say they do, and some say they don't. Some say they shall, and some say they shan't. Some say they can, and some say they can't. All in all, it's all the same. But call me if there's any change. Some say there's nothing, and some say there's lots. Some say they've started, while some say they've stopped. Some say they're going, and some say they've been. Yes, some say they're looking, and some say they've seen. Oh, yes. All in all, it's all the same. But call me if there's any change. Rich and fruity. Rich and fruity, yeah.
Well, I opened my eyes this morning, and I wasn't at home in bed. There were 4 angels standing around me. I thought I must be dead. Yeah, I opened my eyes this morning, thought I must be dead. There were 4 angels standing around me, and the room was painted red. Won't you have mercy on your wicked son? Take me up to heaven, on hell where I belong. Well, the sky began to tremble and the rain began to fall. 4 angels standing around me, and there wasn't no social call. Yeah, the sky began to tremble, the rain began to fall. Fell down on my knees praying, Lord, but it didn't do no good at all. Won't you have mercy on your wicked son? Take me up to heaven, not hell where I belong. Yeah. It's not that I'm so cheerful, though I'll always raise a smile. And if at times my nonsense rhymes,
which maybe in the end became a song. In trying to find the words which might begin it, I found these were the thoughts I brought along. At first I took my way to be an anchor.